Say something.
Something.
All right, you should be good now. Okay, so I'm so sorry. You may have to repeat yourself.
No problem. Too bad everybody missed the exact date that C40/41 is going to come out. I'm not going to share that again.
But
Just
it's in the
kidding.
picture. It's everything's there. They can see that.
Just kidding. No. So first thing to note is we're going to cover disclaimers. This has a little bit of a long history, like Nikki was saying. I got in a little bit of trouble for projecting this, even though I caveated and say, look, guys, this is just a guess based on your sister game. Assuming, and it's a big assumption, if you follow the same kind of sequence and timing and criteria as your old game, which is War and Order. It's really exactly the same, almost like Age of Origins. It's just not a zombie theme. It's a medieval theme where you have infantry, cavalry, archers instead of long range, mid range, and front row. That being said, take everything I say with a grain of salt because in this prediction, I predicted that C40 was going to come out exactly a year ago, and it never did, right? So this is basically a useless video. You can stop watching. Not kidding, kidding. No, I think it's pretty clear that it's
You're full
coming.
of jokes tonight,
If you
huh?
uh, I did not drink either, so I just drove for many hours, so it has the same effect, I guess. If you haven't seen Woody's kind of quick video, he released some images of C40, C41. These are kind of leaked developer, allegedly. There's a lot, and if unless you've been living under a rock, if you have any type of social media, you've seen these images. They've been circulated everywhere. I think they're circulating in my daughter's school. Just kidding. No, they're almost there. All right. So let's just talk about really just spreadsheet because all we're going to try to do is to kind of answer probably three big questions, right? When it's coming out, we're not going to answer because basically we've been told that it might be soon, but we don't know exact dates and times. I will say basically what I think, and I have no insider information. I will say that if you really think about it, with Eric coming out with the anniversary event, if you're a smart business, you're just going to try to maximize the spend on Eric and then release C40. It makes no sense. People have a limited wallet. Some of us don't. And you would probably want to spend where you probably would want to maximize where your player base is going to spend. So as soon as we get Eric to probably 5 stars, 6 stars, sounds like Nikki actually shared. If she was broadcasting then that somebody already
I
has
mean, I will
the 6 star Eric.
share. I mean, they gave
Oh,
me the
don't.
stats of it, like what you could have at 6 stars. So I just have
Yeah.
that, but another picture. But it's something.
Oh, that's great. Which is like what? It took 1 day, 2 days?
2 days.
Wow, that's impressive.
I know. I guess because of the new event of the wheel, they were able to get it. And plus, probably they had a lot of the purple fragment. So probably a lot of that
Yeah,
helped.
Nikki, asked them how many envelopes they had because he opened in the prize pool at reset today. Should
Ah,
ask them how many purple envelopes the guy had who got a new 6 star.
let me ask if he's awake. All right, continue, Lumber. I'll ask the guy.
I opened, I think I had like 100 something envelopes. I opened them and I got nothing. Like I got F Medici, I Medici, so it's back to the normal. But
I
that's
got
neither here nor there.
I got two of them in 100 today.
I don't like you. The rich get richer, the strong get stronger. Oxy. We'll have a conversation later. I mean, I would have been okay if I just like maybe got one of the rare ones. Nothing. I think I got F Medici, I Medici, Kingsley. I love Kingsley.
That's a
I
lie.
got maybe one A. Yeah, I don't. I don't. All right, stay on topic. So I know we're staring at a bunch of numbers. Let's just quickly go through them. We're not going to spend too much time on it. So again, the caveat is this is assuming Age of Origins kind of follows the same sequence. The first thing to remember is that there is some predictive ability here in that everything that WoW War and Order followed in terms of building requirements from 30, about 30 to 40 kind of followed sequence. Sorry, 30 to 38 kind of followed sequence. A big difference is that the release timing is different, meaning WoW released from C35 to 40 all in one go. They probably learned that, hey, let's actually, that was too big of a jump, and they probably adjusted, which they did. So they broke it up into two parts. So Age of Origins did C35 to C38. The next one I was predicting would be C39 to C40, but as we saw with some of the images released and some of the kind of data files, this very well could be C41, and that could kind of make sense. Just to give you an update of what's not shown here, if you go into WoW now, about 2 to 3 months ago, they released C40 to C43. So that's just to keep in order. These server numbers obviously haven't been updated since last year. I may update these and share that link, but just to give you a current state, we Age of Origins as C38. The first question is are we going to go to C40 or C41? It's a little bit unknown. And then the next question really is, will there be a new rare resource? Meaning, I don't know, uh, polonium, right? It's uranium. Is there going to be another new resource? If they follow the exact WoW model, there was no new rare resource from uranium to from 35 to 40. Even at 43, I think WoW really doesn't have a new resource. They have like an unlock feature, like you have to do a couple of quests that require uranium equivalent, which is azurite in WoW. But even then, they did not introduce from C36 to C43 another rare resource. So that gives us a
I,
little bit of confidence. Sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. I mean, you have to, if you think about it in a business standpoint, if they do introduce a new resource, their bigger players will not be able to, flex out and get to the new city level because they'll be stuck trying to get those new resources.
Exactly.
So there's no way they're gonna add that. I'm just sure we're gonna get stuck with uranium, and they may just add new events or new ways for people to get more uranium or just more packs to get uranium.
That's exactly right. There's a little bit of pros and cons. Like let's say if already today some of the C38 monster cities is pretty hard to beat if you're just a normal mid-tier to low-tier spender. As you mentioned, a lot of the players have been ramping up and have stashes of uranium, and the idea is that they can get to um, C40 probably in a day, just like some people can get to Eric 6-star in a day. If Campbell introduces a new resource, everybody that spent all that money, right, all these top players, they're going to piss off a lot of people because uranium basically will be useless if it's not, if it's not the only requirement. The flip side is, allowing a new rare resource does slow down kind of how fast people get there. And the whales and the people that spent that uranium, some of them will get really mad for a couple of days, but they'll still come back. This is a lifestyle. This is an addiction. They're going to probably come back. Some will quit, of course, but in general, Camel may come ahead by introducing a new resource. I don't want to give ideas in their head, but maybe if I suggest it, they'll think it's heresy and not do it. But yeah, there's probably more cons than pros. What are your thoughts?
Right, so they love listening to you.
Yes, they do.
I know they love listening to Oxy, right, Oxy?
They don't listen to anybody. Come on.
Yeah,
They
they don't listen to nobody.
they listen to your wallets in general.
And the bank. All right,
Uh,
so
the,
for sure, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna be with uranium. No new resource, please no.
I think that's most likely. I would agree with that. Um, the next thing, let's talk about what buildings are going to be prerequisites. One of the biggest changes. So again, we're going to have useless buildings to go from C38 to C40. I did not do the research to see what C41 needs, but let's just assume that C41 might be one more thing. I can check that and follow up. I apologize that I don't have that done yet.
I mean, I mean, it has to be something we haven't upgraded in a while. Like the hospital, it was not a requirement to upgrade the hospital or the garage, things like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Hospital for 39.
If
Hospital
it
could be for
was
39.
hospital is most likely for 39, which is, if you really think about it, garage would be awesome because garage isn't actually necessary building, unlike depot or other garbage buildings like that. So garage would be
Yeah.
excellent if that's the case. I hope garage is the requirement for C40. We can validate that with looking at WoW. If you look at what WoW did, the C38 required Academy. So they basically unlocked Academy, as you know. So wait a minute, Academy is only at locks out at C30. So they introduced basically a Super Academy equivalent that in order to do research above C30, you need to spend uranium. So it gives you skills and boosts at that level. Some of those are more valuable than the others. And then, of course, you need to upgrade your academy to C38 because that's the requirement to go to C39. I think that will also be the case for Age of Origin. So the big change with C40 or 41 will be that there will be a new academy, and then you have to make new decisions. Do I spend uranium on upgrading some of these, new skills, or do I just focus on getting to the next tier troops? So that would be another decision point that WoW players had, and I think will be the same thing here. The next
I mean, don't you?
building,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Um, but yeah, if we get Academy, then the Academy most likely will have to use some uranium to upgrade those, don't you think?
For the research, yes, and then definitely for each level, but it wasn't that expensive for the academy. Let me talk about just the projection model. The projection model here is kind of not really great. It's just saying if I look at what was the rare resource in WoW, what kind of same factor would be needed to do academy, main hall, and some of these other buildings of like factory and so on. So, this could be very well be a lot more or a lot less, just depending on how Camel decides that, if you think about it, the more time that is spent since they've released C38, the more likely that players would have a lot of uranium saved up. So they might make these requirements high. The flip side is if they make it way too high, then that's going to dissuade people that are close to C38 from continuing playing. So if you remember the whole once this C38 conversation came up, some of the backlash was that many players complained that the strong are already too strong, and they did maybe delay that based on that feedback. So hopefully the uranium levels are not going to be a point where you need to get a seventh mortgage on your house.
Get a new Ferrari.
Because warplane was so much better at even the playing field than raising the levels.
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, introduce a warplane.
Like, it's hilarious.
Just seems.
And I think warplane is probably more expensive than C41.
It better be.
Honestly, I think building the city up is way lesser than Titan and Warplane.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're just building the city. The Titan and Warplane, they do help you in your stats and in attack, but building is, not much of a building. It's just you're just raising the city up.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think
All
what
right.
else? One more thing to cover. If Age of Origins follows the same structure, there'll be level 7 equipment. So all those parts that the top players have been accumulating will come to some use. The additional troop types is if it follows the same cadence of like what happened with C35 to C38, you're going to have T13 axes, gunners, cannons, tanks. So axes, gunners in the camps, cannons, tanks in the factories, and then in the workshop you'll have shielders and stormtroopers. That's a no-brainer. Most people could tell you that. If the strength level matches kind of what happened at T11. This is going to be good news for players like Oxy, Bodizi, because this will again make mid-range king. Again, it depends on whether or not they're going to introduce a new troop type. I don't think they're going to. But it's just really a question of how will a T13 cannon do against a T13 stormtrooper, and my hunch is that it will be mid-range again as king. Kind of a useless point. Medic centers, and training grounds do level up to C40 and require uranium, of course, to update above C30. Training grounds is probably not a bad idea if it speeds up the troops. Medic centers, again, is not a bad idea if you have a lot of troops. I think that's the last thing I wanted to cover, unless there's any questions.
Oh, thank you, Grace, for subscribing. Okay. So we have covered that there will be no new resource. It's just we're gonna stay with uranium. So let's not panic. We're just gonna stay with uranium. And no new officer. We keep what we have in the camp and the factories, unless they want to introduce a third Titan, which I doubt it. We already have warplane. What else can they throw at us? A submarine? I should not say that because I'm giving them ideas. I'm gonna shut up. Does anybody have a question for Lumbergh? You guys can throw in a question in the stream chat at Discord or at the YouTube if you have any questions before we move on to the officer. Do you see anything, Yor?
Nothing.
I put them to sleep.
All right, I guess. Nah. I'm sure everybody was wondering, like, oh, are we gonna get a new resource? Are we gonna, I mean, C41 sounds more logical because it's always been, ever since C35 came out, it's been
Gonna be 40.
mid-range.
Look at every single like if you click on information on the camp, the factory, and the workshop, there's never been any less than 2 levels in between the next troop.
Right.
It's gonna be 41. It makes sense. I remember saying that a long time ago when this was rumored, and people were like, "Oh no, they're like right 30, 35." I was like, "Okay, we'll see." But yeah, it'll be 41. Do you know when
Yeah.
the equipment unlocked, Lumbergh? When level 7 did? What city level?
Yeah, it's if you look at the equipment level, it's at C40 basically. All of the equipment next level is +5. So C35 unlocked 6, and C38 unlocked nothing. So C40 should unlock 7.
Okay. All right, I got a bunch of orange parts saved up.
Good thing I have saved up my orange parts. Thank you, Paying, for subscribing.
We do have a question on YouTube because everyone's going to ask this, but when do you guys think this is coming out? Because that's going to get asked a lot.
Well, Eric came out, right? The new officer. So I think they're done for this year.
No.
I could say because of Eric, until they put him in. Well, they already did in 6 stars in 2 days, but that's one player versus how many other players out there that can, get him to a higher level. I feel like it could be, during Christmas time or somewhere in January. Start the new year with a new city. What do you think, Lumbergh?
Yeah, this is my opinion only, but it's just similar to what Nikki said. It would be whenever the spending for Eric is saturated, which sounds about 3 months is right. Usually, big events are
Yeah.
anniversary, New Year, Chinese New Year. So I don't remember when Chinese New Year is. I feel like it's already passed.
What about you, Oxy, since you're good at predicting stuff?
I think it's end of the anniversary of, I think, the last day.
The last day of the anniversary?
Yep.
That's soon?
Yep.
Nah, I think that's gonna be too soon.
That's what they've done before.
Only one. Would the C35 came out in anniversary, or was it C38?
C38 did.
Hmm. I don't know. I
I
guess we
think
should make a bet
35
on
did
it.
too. We'll see.
If
I don't
We'll
mind if they
see.
want to give me a little bit more time to stash uranium.
no, I do want to take you up on a bet, and I have a great suggestion, Oxy. If you're wrong, I get your city. Mm,
And
So
I quit.
wow, that's a good. You would be a winner in that case.
Yeah,
You'd
I
save
was
so
going to
much
say I
money.
just turned that into a win-win.
Yeah, that's right.
A spending
Win-win.
requirement,
All right.
just so you know.
I couldn't afford
Joe.
the gas in your city, much less no, nope. Yep, you're right.
All right. Joe Max says, I think it comes out during the New Journey event in the current 5-year anniversary based on the photo alone.
Ooh,
Oh,
let's
Yep.
take a
it's a
look.
New Journey event?
Let's
Yep.
take a look.
And then I realize it.
These people. What? Who is that?
It comes in 14 days, it
Yep.
says.
Yep. At the end of the signing
Ah, so
bonus.
that's where you're getting your ideas.
Perceptive people. Let's see. Can you show a picture?
It's in the.
I
It's
think
in.
Woody posted a picture
Where?
in the
Oh,
stream chat somewhere in here. I think I saw. No, where did I
Yep.
see it?
It's in the. I'll put a picture of it right now.
um,
It's in the. If you go into the
Oh,
game,
that's
into the event
way
tower,
soon.
and it's in the event where they show like the drill master, you can get your year in review. That's where it shows you that there's a countdown for 14 days and 22 hours to New Journey.
Hours.
1 second. Let me show Oxy's screen.
Right here at the top.
This is so bad. Why is it calibrated like that? Oh, this is why. Take that
Available.
out. Put this
Apply.
back in. There we go. Okay, so your New Journey, 14 days, 22 hours, and 51 minutes.
Yep. That's it.
What if it's a new event? Because there was those screenshot of a new event coming out.
Yeah, that's coming out in 7 days and 20 hours. The Starlight Ceremony. Is that what the event is?
Oh,
Yep.
we don't know. Okay. So 14 days. In 14 days, we get C40.
Yep.
Wow. Oh boy, that's too soon. Not enough time for me to enjoy the C38 I have now. It's like whenever you upgrade, they always decide to do this,
You
you
have one
know?
void. You have one void coming up.
It's not gonna be a fun void. Not gonna be a fun void, so we're skipping that. Let me take this off. Alright, so any more question about C40 before we go into the new officer? B Time says you'll be C39 in 14 days. Well, congratulations that you saved up so much. Honestly, we don't even know. I don't even know if I have enough. How much do you think it will be like? How much in total do you need to reach to C40 completely? Like 15 billion uranium? 20 billion? No?
A few
Because
million.
you know you have to upgrade your cams, you have to upgrade your factory, you have to upgrade whatever is required to upgrade the other upgrades to get to the city upgrade, you know? So it's a lot of upgrading to do.
I, I mean, I agree with V-Time. I think it's about 2 to 2.5 million just to get there. That's without the factories and camps and workshop. Zen Monkey says he has 5 million uranium. The
And he's from 594, and
how?
you already have 5 million?
Like this guy's a freak.
Well, hopefully it's enough to get you to C40 and with T13. But what if it's not enough? All right, let me check the YouTube chat because I see it moving. Uh-huh. Yep. New journey, new city, and a lot of people quitting after that. Because when once the new city comes out, people will want to like, no, this is too much. The same thing when C35 came out, and then the same thing when C38 came out. It's the same thing. It's the circle of life of this game. Ram has 4 million uranium. Oh. But Ram quit already. So whoever has the city, were they able to like put more uranium into it, or they just, got stuck in there? There's no streaming in Spanish, you know that. You have to wait for subtitles. Who's subscribed? Mamacita, thank you for subscribing. Face will be C40 in 5 seconds. I think Boogie will be C40 in 3 seconds. Sayed left that city ready for C40. I just know it. That city is ready. And I'm sure a lot of people are ready as well. All the big players. They already saved up a lot, you know? Okay, let's go talk about the new officer. So, how far have you guys have put up your officer? Right now, mine says 2 stars. What about you, Lumbergh?
I've bought it, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get it in the regular elite orders so I can save 2 frags.
But are you sure about that? Because whenever there's a new officer in the elite orders, Camel drops the rate. So it will take you a lot more of golden envelopes to get the officer. Instead of waiting after the hype of that officer goes away, the rate goes back up and you can get him, much easier that way instead of doing it now.
You think?
Because, well, I'm pretty sure because if you do it now and you used up all your golden envelopes, you're probably gonna get him, but not as much as you would if you got him in a normal time when he's like like everybody, he's already the hype is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean
Because you have
that's
to
certainly
use
plausible. I didn't know that they did that. I know that they adjust
because
the
hey,
rates.
because hey, you're gonna use all of them up, and then you're gonna go to the store and buy more.
No, I don't
Because
have
it's a
that.
gamble.
Well, yeah, it
I'm just
failed.
saying,
It
not
failed
you. I'm
basically.
saying
I said I was going to do 100 orders, like I think it is like 108 or something, and I didn't get any. So I'll probably just
so
uh,
that's what I
use it.
mean.
Yeah.
They dropped the rate.
Well, Oxy got 2, so it's just random, I think.
Well, yeah, but still, you could have got. I know Elmi, she got 8. She's the only person I know that got 8 of him. But still, what I'm
Oh,
trying to say is, it's rather to save it once the hype is out, then you can just start trying to get him from that. I know in the new event, the wheel, it's much more plausible to get him because with the wheel, you get a lot of fragments from him from there.
yeah, I have 21 fragments. I just haven't fused it yet because I was trying to get him through the elite orders. But I probably won't and fuse him just so that I can do some testing and assess and do a completion of how he ranks compared to the other drill masters.
Mm. All right, since I did say that there is somebody who already has him at 6 stars, what I have here is the skills that he can possibly have. And as you can see, it's basically like Simon. If you have your Simon at 6 stars, these are the skills that you can have. So like here, this is a Simon at already 6 stars and max skills. So this is Boogie's Simon. So his Simon is obviously maxed out, and these are the things he decided to pick on. So the same as Simon, Eric can have those skills as well. And the translation maybe is not the best because it was in Chinese. So I had to use like line chat translator. So maybe not, it's not the best, but it's in English. We can understand, right?
Can you post that in chat? I couldn't see your stream.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Can you guys see it in the YouTube?
I can see it on YouTube, but you need to shrink the window a bit because we can't see the last of his unworldly skill.
Oh no, I was gonna like scroll up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll post it in the Discord real quick so people can see. Right there. So if you go to the stream chat in the Discord, you can see the full picture. But so when it says short range, that's melee. So short range is melee. Not the best translation, but hey, it's something, right? So I'm gonna push it up. You can have more wounded, more attack, more HP, and that's how far I have that they gave me. So Eric, if you give him the right 6-star skills, it can be really strong. Either way, his new breakthrough skill and whatever he gives you at 5 stars is really strong. Because at 4 stars, it's long range weaken, and then at 5 stars mid range weakening, which is like it's kind of like reduction, right?
3 stars is long range.
3 stars long range.
Yeah,
All right,
and 4 stars
and then
mid
4 stars
range,
mid
and
range.
then 5-star opens breakthrough.
Well, damn, isn't that nice? But like when it says weakening, it's like what? It's like a reduction, right?
I'm not
See?
sure. I think
Yes,
it's
attack reduction. Yeah.
say that again. So I thought weaken is just basically it applies to your enemy stats, meaning it's just a minus, 55%.
Yeah, attack reduction.
Oh, so V time, yeah, you're right. He's like a Simon. And Simon is one of the best drill officers because of his reduction skills. Because
That means there's
having a high reduction is really good to have. Let's see, but the Zen monkey says that it's not damage reduction. Okay, so it's not. It's attack reduction. Ah, yeah, that is a difference. Attack and damage. It is yeah, it's a difference, right, guys?
big difference.
Big difference. You're right. Okay, so he reduces the attack of the soldiers. So that makes sense. But it's still strong. It's still pretty strong. V-Time, do you want to talk? I mean, I can let you guys talk.
I
Because I
don't
see Barry, I see V-Time.
I don't want to derail
What
you,
you
but I think an important thing to kind of assess, and this is, this is probably for those that have confirmed this with reliable VIP. Not all VIP is reliable. Some read off of a script. So the is damage basically. So if you think of the basic game dynamics of how it works, most games try to apply a formula that is, what is your attack number, which is your percentage times the troop that's attacking, less the enemy troop that it's attacking. What is the defense? So if you have, let's say, 1,000 LRA and the enemy defense is, let's say, 500, essentially the damage is that 1,000 minus the 500, that net number, and that damage is what gets applied to HP as it's going to reduce the HP. That's the basic, my basic understanding of the game. So in other words, when it says attack reduction, it's just going to take 55 away from the 1,000. When it says damage reduction, it's going to take 55 from the 1,000 minus 500 of defense. Is that your understanding as well?
Sorry, B10. So for you to be able to talk, you need to switch to push to talk. So try switching to push to talk, and then it should let you. All right, let's see. Let's see. Long range buff the damage of a troop. Attack reduction drops the long range, while damage reduction reduces the damage. Stat itself, not the modifier. That's what that man Drew said. All right, well, B time figures out how to do push to talk. Let me check if there's any more questions. But yes, so he is like a Simon, and his skills are really good, especially his 5-star skill. I just wonder how it will change the dynamic while attacking, you know? Like we do see there's like a bit of a change when you attack in uranium. So I'm just wondering when you do a speed attack or a speed defense, how does it come to play, you know? That is if you're not against a whale who has a golden airplane and max level titans, you know? Give me 1 second. V time, just try to do push to talk. Push to talk. And then she'll let you talk. If you know how to do that. Do you have like the, or was it Oxy? Do you have like a video to show how you do that?
What?
Can you like message V time? It's the green guy.
Describe him a little bit more. There's a lot of green guys here.
He has a green. Oh, he's a Hulk. It's the only Hulk in here.
No, that's not what I was going for, but that's okay, Nikki.
I gotta keep it PG.
While
You know why?
while V Time is trying to get connected, so the how it will affect the battle, and this is a guess because I haven't done any testing. Some people have. If you look in the mines, there's his effect is like 3 flashes. I think he does like a camera effect or like if you have him on the enemy troop, it looks like somebody's taking pictures, like 3 quick pictures. The effect should be that, because of those reduction, and remember, just like Simon, it only applies to the first 20 seconds in battle. So if you have a long battle, right, and it's like a, that first 20 seconds is really, really important, but in a long battle, his base stat, which is, the most important one other than the breakthrough, it does not apply beyond those 20 seconds. But what that does mean is that in general, this will make battles last. This will speeden up the battles. So I think in general, this means that it will help mid-range more.
Okay. Mute. All right, Beaton, just unmute yourself. That's all. B time.
Yeah. Can you guys?
There you go. What you want to say?
Oh,
I can hear you.
oh, okay. Now, so basically, it's like a Simon in a sense, but I was gonna say like so. It comes down to like 1v1s basically, like because now if someone is like a 1500 MRA and I'm 1500 and the reduction is like I think it's 50%, 51% when you get to level 20. So basically now his MRA will be 1450. So you're talking about like a percentage of their attack is weakened because now it's all about weakening now. So it plays down more to like the whales born against each other.
So if nobody has noticed, everybody's unmuted, so anybody can talk now.
You should probably start muting a few people that have too much noise.
Yeah.
I did actually observe a battle. This was just like when the new officer just came out, and there was someone in my alliance who had already got unlocked the second skill, which was long range weaken. There's still someone whose background music or background noise we can hear.
No, I muted him.
Okay. But that new officer actually makes a huge difference. even just with the second skill
Huge.
unlocked of the weakening for the long range. Like it was the just 2 fights in the mines, like one with the officer and one without. It was a substantial difference.
Yeah,
Like
I got hit with like one, like she had it already, and I had left my mine there, and then she used it, and she had like 100K difference between me having the officer and me not having the officer.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
100K. That's huge.
So did she hit you twice, like once with and once without?
No, so because you know how it reset and I didn't change my mind. Like,
Oh yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so she hit me based off of what I had already set there. And
Yeah.
then 4 hours later, she hit me again. And then it was like, okay, like, I'm like, how the heck did she hit me and beat me over 100K more? And then I figured it out. Okay, that's the new ability. Like, it
Yeah.
makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it really does.
Can I pause you
Chicken,
right there?
Captain, and Barry, if you guys want to talk, you can just unmute yourself and you can talk. Go ahead, Lumbergh.
Can I pause you right there? So before everybody goes and buys this officer and breaks your bank, one thing to really keep in mind: if you are going to do testing, to really isolate the impact, you must remove from both players that are doing the testing the chance-based skills, because you probably know this already. If you attack somebody with the exact same formation twice, you could have easily 50K to 100K troop differences just based on the random effects of the chance-based skills triggering for officers like Katie, Doc Gray, F Medici, warplane stats. Like all of those chance-based skills makes this dynamic pretty tricky. So I'm saying that before, let's say you write off as that it was just Eric that caused it, it could very well just be the chance-based things triggering. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying,
It does,
Vitan?
yeah. Can you actually let me know just right now? I'm actually gonna go test which officers I should unequip.
So it all depends on whether or not you have the breakthrough unlocked. Like, let's say if you have the breakthrough skill for Doc Gray unlocked, you need to
Yep.
unequip him.
So
So
let's say
Doc
let's
Gray,
say I have like every breakthrough. So it would be Doc. Did you say Caddy?
yeah. So Caddy. So let's start with the directors. Doc
Okay.
Gray and I Medici need to be removed because they have
Okay.
chance-based skills. Um, on the drill masters, oh god, I need people that actually have these things unlocked to confirm. I think it's Caddy, Maria. Does Maria have a chance-based skill? I think
They're
so.
all
Maria,
they're all
Caddy.
chance actually. They're all chance based.
No, because Simon's always activated no matter
Oh
what.
yes, and Simon's a block. It's not an attack. Sorry about that.
So Katie and Maria both are chances.
Yeah, I've got those guys off.
But Simon also needs to be removed because if you're
He's a
trying to,
block.
let's say,
Yeah.
he's a block percentage, right? So sometimes that block will trigger and
Yeah.
sometimes it won't. So anything that is a chance percentage, so you actually have to
Right.
remove Simon as well.
So the only guy
Uh,
I've got there is Eric.
and then technically you would also have to remove Warplane because the Warplane that has the purple has chance-based silence skill, right? So
Oh,
it
great.
just makes this test really difficult.
No, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna give it the good old college try while you guys
Do you
nerd.
wanna show us what you're gonna do, or
I can. Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on a second.
and I can show it in the YouTube. So going back to, because Tim said something, he said new officer debuffs not shown in any reports, right? Does his debuff not show in any reports
You
for the
mean
new officer?
stats?
Yeah, yeah. Is his debuff is it shown in the stats? Like how we have long range reduction and with that's from Simon, or like would it be like long range weakening or long range attack weakening? That would be in the stats, right?
I think it should just be an enemy like long range attack reduction, meaning it's not a new
All right,
category.
your 1 second.
It shouldn't be a new category like Maria was.
All right, 1 second, 1 second. Let me
Someone smarter than me tell me what
ready?
I'm doing now.
Hold on, hold on. That's not up. All right, there we go.
Okay, Lumber, can you see?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
So am I good?
Yeah, it's
Um,
I think I'm
so
good.
Tifa is always on. Panda doesn't matter. Stormbow, I think that is not chance based. I think you might be okay. Zeus is always on. That's not chance based.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're good there. So just remember though, you also need your enemy to do the same thing.
Oh shoot. I mean, we can do like a semi inaccurate test, and then you said you know what?
Do you
I
have a
cannot.
purple warplane?
You don't listen. Yeah.
What?
Um.
hers purple.
Okay.
Anyway, I have a purple warplane.
Did you
It's
find a sugar daddy? Nice,
I'm the sugar
nice.
daddy because the
Oh,
warplane
sugar
is sugar
mama.
baby.
Sugar mama. Yep, yep.
I'm whatever. I'm the glucose
I have
guardian.
not heard that expression before.
Yeah, but you know what? You learn something new every day. Okay, so I mean, you know what? We'll do a test. We'll see how it goes. I'll find someone who's like substantially weaker than me, so I don't. This guy looks good. So cannot use the purple warplane.
And you have Eric equipped, right? So you're gonna do one without, one with him, one without.
Yeah, so this is the first one with. I do like his effect though, I have to say, even though I'm lagging quite a bit right now. Like I like the ripple effect that they did. Like that animation's really neat.
Did you play it with sound? Does he do many music?
No, I haven't. I turned the music off.
Yeah.
I used to get so much grief because I
Same.
was one of those players that played like with the sound effects and the music on, and people were like, "What are you doing?"
So for me, I turn it on today just because when you look at his animation in the new event, in the new where it says you can buy the pack for him, he
Yeah,
does a little rock and roll type of. I
yeah,
wanted to
it is.
hear what it sounded
It is.
like, and then I heard the music of the game. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't heard this for like
Oh,
four
I'm an
years now. It's
idiot.
been so long.
Okay, I just occupied that guy when I
Why?
should have plundered him.
Becca,
I'm a noob. I apologize. Let's try this
you're a
again.
noob.
Okay, we're gonna find some other poor guy that is gonna be famous on YouTube for being someone that yours plundering because she's trying bad testing right now. How's this guy? I'll apologize later. How about that?
Lumber, can you look at the Discord stream chat? People are tagging you over there.
Sure.
Your line's been hanging out
Oh,
about
sorry,
easy too
chicken.
long. Becoming a newbie over there.
No, I'm just a noob. Okay, sorry, Captain Banana. We're doing it for science. Okay, so Captain Banana won, and then I'm gonna go get rid of Eric.
Did he win? Because I saw you win uranium from that.
I won, but
Or am I blind?
what the problem was I occupied the first guy when I should have just plundered him.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Captain Banana, I'm sorry, but we're coming again.
He's like, what is this chick doing to me?
Oh no, I'm gonna see. I'm very bad about kicking people out. I'm kind of a bully by
It's
accident in the
okay.
uranium mines. So I'll take a screenshot. I'll send these to the chat actually. That's the same. Did I forget to take the guy off? Oh, I lost more units. Okay.
Okay.
Going.
So what's the conclusion?
I mean, I think because my guy is like pretty weak, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference.
Wait, can I show that in the stream?
Yeah,
Are you posting it on here or are you posting it?
I'm posting it here. I apologize. That was probably very painful to watch, and I'm sure many of you are like, "Wow, she's such a noob."
I'm sure people have seen worse.
Yeah, so the first one where I lost. I don't
Can that
know.
be
I
seen?
need someone
I
smarter than
can
me to
barely
analyze
see
these.
it. I hate how Discord does not let me put this bigger than that. Well, if you guys are in the AO main Discord, you can see it right there.
Yes,
This is too small.
it's in the stream chat channel, but I need someone smarter than me to look at that and say what that means.
Lumbergh, you're the one with the brains. Go for it.
No, I don't know if I have brains much at all. So I'm spewing some misinformation apparently. So Chicken, um, who has a very small brain but is smarter than I am. It's just a chicken joke about insulting. Just so you know. So he said he attacked the same target and got the exact same number of losses and killed.
Oh.
So my assessment that so I'll just caveat this by saying that Camel constantly makes changes to the game battle engine without disclosing it. Right, their disclosure is that we've made certain tweaks. Most of the time, their tweaks are like giving Tifa a facelift and things like that that are very very important for the game. Beyond that, like battle logic for a while, those chance-based skills gave you different results. It only gave you different results when it was PvP, meaning, for a while it used to be if you hit, the elite zombie, you got the exact same damage every time, right? Then that changed because of those chance-based skills. Then it became if you hit the Mother of Doom every time, you get the same exact damage. So it's hard to predict how that logic is working. It's not that we're just, unobservant or dumb. Sometimes the game logic changes. So I need people that have tested on the same target. Usually when you're plundering somebody a couple of times to let us to confirm if you use those chance-based heroes, do you get the same result every time you hit? I don't know the answer because based on Chicken's test, it looks like that did not happen. He hit the same target.
Ooh, what was that? Um, yeah. Give me new people. Boop.
So
Okay.
Zen
Sorry,
confirmed.
Zen Monkey.
Zen confirmed that it's he fights Great One all the time. He is not confirming whether he wins or loses, but it's
Nobody
always the
asked him.
same.
So, do you win? He can beat me now. Oh, he can beat you now. He had won lots of times. Aw.
I know Zen. He's a pretty cool dude. I was just giving him some grief. But Great One used to be zombie focused and was losing, and seems like he's adjusted because Zen was being a bully in the mines.
And now he's beating on you. Oh, the circle of life of being a bully.
I'm just kidding. He wasn't being a bully. I think Great One has never been beaten, probably in the
I'm
past.
joking.
And then he was just surprised, like, what? I need to worry about formation? I need to worry about
Yeah,
stats?
formation is very important. Oh, has anybody started their Medizi?
Oh shoot, it's that time, isn't it?
Don't do it. Don't start yours. We have a very important elite war tomorrow.
Okay.
So based
Oh
on
no, I
both,
Very
can't.
important elite war.
Sorry, go ahead,
can
Lumber.
I finish? I'll just finish because I don't want to give that misinformation. So at some point, it used to give different results. It looks like they've adjusted. So as confirmed by Chicken and Zen Monkey, when you hit in the mines the same target twice, you get the exact same results. So the good news is you don't have to take off the officers like I was telling you. So ignore everything that I said. You can do your test just with or without with any target. Same thing with the with your opponent. So it should be easier to test. That's it. I'll stop chatting.
Yeah, well, because I do see that Chicken's results are exactly the same. Mine are slightly different. And then Captain America actually just posted, but like you were saying, there's so many different things that could have happened if you equipped all of the chance-based officers. Like the two attacks that I did had no chance-based officers. One had Eric, one didn't, but I didn't know what my opponent had.
So Captain posted, Captain, you can unmute yourself, but what is that about that with a new officer Do you lose?
Yeah, so I took
Without officer, you.
I took him off and did the first attack and won, and then I put him on and did the second attack and lost.
Okay, good. I'm glad that I'm not
Is
like
that
going crazy. That
And I
happens,
think
right?
that
It's like,
happens every time Camel releases, because it did Maria too before they adjusted what they adjusted, and the same with the plane upgrades.
oh, so you're saying it doesn't happen all the time. It's just when they haven't updated their code.
Yeah, I think it's whenever they release the new officers, they have errors in their coding.
Is that why you went over there and hit me right now, Captain?
I was LRA. I was practicing the new officer.
It's called a love tap.
I mean, I can show them the love tab if you want me to.
The zombies killed my my snipers.
I thought you were mid range.
All LRA.
You're not mid range anymore?
No, it's Barry's fault.
Oh, how the table have turned.
Did we answer this question from YouTube? It's going back to the C40 thing, but I think it's an interesting question. How long do you think it'll take the average player to hit C40? Because I know people have done these sorts of calculations before, up to like C37 and 38.
6 months. It'll take everybody 6 months if you do it right.
From
The-
C30
The average
from
player.
C38 to get to C40?
Yeah, I mean, I bet you I have enough for C39, and if I just do the hall and the wall, I think I can get, and maybe the factories too, probably in 6 months.
the average player
For,
is not
I'll say for
Captain
the
America's league.
medium spender, for the medium spender out there, or the low spender, I feel like maybe it might take 1 year, 1 year and a half, maybe. Because some people are not focused. Like, it depends what you're focused on. If you're focused on racing your city, that's fine. Then yeah, you can push the money on that. But if your focus is between racing your city, racing your Titan, racing your warplane, it's not gonna go well, you know? It all depends what you're focused on. Because for me, I'm still focused on the warplane, and I obviously I might have enough uranium for probably like C39 maybe, but to reach C40, nah.
I mean, I want to say crossover 1440 LRA, and then I want to say melee is like 1150. So I mean, I don't know. Well, what would that be
So
considered?
you're over being average because you're almost close to like the 1,500 power level, you know?
I mean,
So
yeah,
like you're above average.
yeah, because I mean, it's hard to gauge. Because obviously, when I hit people stronger than me or right around where I'm at too.
Yeah. Barry's over here talking to Captain. Captain, you are mid range. Why are you lying? He's not gonna answer it. Okay. But I guess below average, let's say below average player, they're gonna take a year or two, maybe.
No, much, 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 much longer.
Okay, fine. The free to spend player, you can keep dreaming.
So let's just put it this way. I'm not free to spend. I spend, $100 to $200 a month. And I have been playing for 3 years and I'm C36, right? So when will I get to C40 or C41? Never. I buy the uranium monthly card. Most people in this list in this room are not at all close to the average. They're elite, including yourself, Nikki. So I would say if you just look at the stats, the average player without without the monthly card that doesn't buy uranium, or even the player that does buy uranium, you make about 3,000 uranium a day, right? So if you take that and apply 2 million, it takes a long time. So
Yeah.
I want to say on average, even with Medici, I'm getting probably like 120, 110, that like uranium a week. So no, wait, take a month. Is that a month? Shit, I can't remember.
From doing the Medici event?
No, I can't remember how much I get every month or something like that. Like I get a lot. Like it adds up. Like I've already like leveled a lot of things, and I'm already at pretty much 400k uranium in like a month or something like that. Like it doesn't take very long after a while.
You buy the
Yeah.
packs? You buy all the
No,
packs?
no, I haven't been buying the packs. All I've been doing is just my weekly hit, like uranium, whatever, and then I just recently bought the card again, and then Medici, and that's it.
And you
Talking
gather.
about Medici, guys, I made a guide video on how to get a high score in Medici. Since Medici's out, you guys should check it out and see if you can get a new high score. All right, that's my sponsor. All right, Lumber, you can continue. Sorry.
Oh no, I think it does depend a little bit on where you gather, how many times you get plundered. So all of that kind of weighs in. If you're an average player, you probably get kicked out a lot. Dependent changes from week to week. Um, you know, just probably collecting close.
Yeah, I stay at like the level 4 mine at level 6, or the 4th mine level 6. So I'm there all pretty much like at 800, and I collect, and they'll me out or something like that, like captain, and then call it a day.
Yeah, I get plundered a lot, so like I barely collected enough. Like right now,
I don't.
I only have like 350k of uranium on me,
You should probably be able to
which
do it in
probably
a
is not
month then,
enough.
month and a half. I think you should be able to do
Man,
it. How many tractors do you have?
to get to C39
Yeah.
trackers. I got 11. I should know 34.
Dang.
I'm saving them up.
I have 110 right now.
Oh, get out of
I
here.
swear, I don't use them. I just wait patiently.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person who also does not use their trackers. There's no reason for it. Like, I can't explain why I do that, but it's nice to know I'm not the only one.
For me, I feel like I'm just saving it when I need to push and use my uranium,
Do you have do you
That's
have OCDs
my
that
reason
way?
why I don't use it.
Everything has to be at 38.
No, 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 no. Oh no, no. No, no, no. I'm not that crazy. No. I'm just gonna level up what's required. Cause like if you gotta level everything up evenly, I feel like that's way too much uranium I have to use.
I want to say like in the beginning I did that, was leveling everything, and then it took me way longer than I needed to get to certain levels, and I was just like, oh my god, like I should have just left that at what it was and just level what I needed, and that's it.
Yeah, same here. Because if it's not required to be the same level as what's telling you to go for, then save up the uranium and level up what has to be level up. But anyways, any last questions? Think we're coming close to ending the stream. What is this you posted, Lumbergh?
But that's my nerd tracker for when I can hit C37. So I'm just pointing out that if I am an average player, which I probably am not, based on the spend level, it takes a long time. I'm just happy if I reach C37, much less C40.
Where you're not C37?
No, I'm C36.
Wow.
I'm
I mean,
I'm
it's still
I'm
good. It's
weak.
still good because you got you. No, no, it's okay. What does C36 offer again? No, it's at C37. Yeah, where you get the T12 shredders.
C36
But
offers
you
like
but
free
you still got
kills.
cannons.
It free kills to everybody in this room. That's what it offers, right? It's like hit me.
Nah, I mean, your is a C34 and she has a purple plane.
Yes, I feel like I'm
Right,
gonna be
Yor?
made fun of for the rest of my life for this, but I actually really like my purple warplane. It's amazing. It was really effective in Global Conquest. It was so effective that I was actually disgusted because I
No,
spent so much
honestly,
money on that plane.
you need it. Like if someone has a purple plane and you have like a group attack, like that makes the world difference. Like I don't care if it's a
Yeah.
C-34 or like
Yeah,
whatever. Like
exactly.
that plane itself and just in the group attack makes a world. Will make it or break it for a team.
Honestly, and it really doesn't. So when you've got events like Global Conquest and you've got like 6 or 7 battles happening all over the screen, like, yeah, it's really expensive to get a purple warplane, but if you're in an alliance that has the financial ability to have multiple purple warplanes, like, it makes a huge impact.
Yeah, this last frenzy, I was telling my team like, do not defend the tower unless there's a purple plane, because the other team had a purple plane and we had more numbers, but it
Hmm.
just kept like knowing our like biggest troop, and I'm just like, and then we just gave up points that way. I just got mad. I'm like, I told you guys like this is why we're gonna lose, because you don't understand that purple
Did you
plane.
lose?
Yeah, I lost to Raz,
Oh.
but it's a frenzy, so I don't really
No.
don't care. Come Boyd,
It's okay,
a
yeah.
different story. Um, but no, like they were just literally they were waiting for my team to get there, and they had I want to say 4 or 5 guys on in his alliance. They had purple planes, and then they were just waiting, and they're boom. As soon as they saw the numbers, they just all went in, and it was just like that purple plane just killed us, and none of our purple planes were on at that moment, and it was just nightmare.
That sucks.
But don't you
Yeah, like I've
think?
been telling some people. Sorry, Lover, you can continue.
Yeah, I struggle with that. Like, so definitely the purple plane being, so this is, I mean, this is a little bit nerdy, not like everything
Go
else
for
that I've
it. It's
said
okay.
isn't.
We are
But
all old nerds in here.
when, so really it's a question of, when you have a big battle and there's like, let's say, 20 players in there, usually when, you know, um, your Titans get averaged, your warplanes get averaged, the debate is that, let's say, if there's like only one purple plane and one gold plane, does that last skill or that incremental skill get averaged? It probably doesn't. So to V times point, if somebody has a purple plane, all of the other blue planes doesn't average out and make it weaker for that, let's say silent skill. So that is that true, or does it really, the fact that you might have some weaker players reinforcing, makes that battle less effective? That's something that I always wonder about. I think it makes sense that, if there's only one purple plane and everybody else is blue, it only takes that last skill. So for example, golems would be averaged for all of the 20 players that have blue planes, but the silent skill with the EMP pulse, whatever that's called, would only take the stats for that purple plane.
Yeah,
Does anybody know that?
yeah. So I'm glad you brought it up. 'Cause I was literally gonna say that. So the best plane takes over. The only thing that doesn't take over is the golem. So it just adds up. Because unless they fixed it, but I've seen like a team had like 9,999 golems, or was it 99? I can't remember what it was, but the golems just stacked up, but the best plane takes over. So it's kind of like your officers. Like if someone has assignment that's already like level 18, breakthrough everything, that assignment takes over the whole battle. So the plane, I'm noticing that whatever the best plane is doesn't get averaged out. It's the best like skill level and that kind of like takes over. So like example, Lee God, you got Lee God in there. His melee killer because he already opened it. That's what's gonna take over and help him win those battles. Like it's crazy how that works now.
So we need somebody in the
Sorry, I'm like
alliance to get
replying
a
here.
gold airplane, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
if you,
you have
yeah, if
one.
you,
If you have one gold plane, like it's literally a huge difference. Because like Rash has a gold plane, and he would make sure that he was like in the middle of the battle. Like he would wait to see what the battle looked like, and then halfway through, like once the numbers were there, he will fly in, and then you saw a big change of like the fight barges go to his side. So you just need one gold plane.
One gold plane. But that person has to be in every battle.
Yeah, I mean, true. But I mean, if you have like the numbers plus one purple plane, I feel like because we did that. There was a nation like they had two 1,500 LRA cities, and Melee was crazy, and they was just my plane in their purple plane, and our numbers were able to take theirs. Like we were just beating them based off because my plane was in there. So all you need is like one that purple plane, and I think you have a fighting chance.
I'm telling you, the plane is disgusting.
See, this is why I keep telling people like if you don't know where to focus on, either Titan or push for the plane, just get to purple plane and then go to your Titans. Because that purple plane skill makes a difference. It makes a difference in the battle.
I think it.
Unless you want gold, you can go ahead with gold. But like if you're on a budget,
Yeah, but
purple skill.
I think even if you are even if you are a player on a budget, you probably shouldn't try to push for a purple warplane. Chances are you're going to be in an alliance with people who do spend, maybe not necessarily to gold, but to purple. I can see someone who's like an above average spender reaching, and that's fine, right? If you're not a person who can afford to be spending that kind of money, you really shouldn't worry about it. Like focus on things like Saki and Morgan and getting a bigger fleet size so you've got more troops when you're fighting in your team battles, things like that. Like it's so easy for us to sit here and be like, you got to spend on Titans, and you got to buy the new officer, and you got to get the warplane to purple, but a lot of players aren't able to do that, and it kind of like robs the fun if you're just focusing on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But like, hey, if you're a player who wants to be like a support player and wants to be strong and spend, then yeah, get the purple plane, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so it's already 11:57. So, any last questions? Any last thing to say? We got a few minutes left.
I'm good. I learned a
You see
lot.
anything on the YouTube viewer?
Let me look.
We have learned a lot today. Tonight we have learned a lot.
No, we're good on YouTube.
Okay, well, all right. So I wanted to say to thank you everybody who joined in. Thank you, Lumbergh, for giving us your knowledge, your wisdom, and all the secrets about the C40 coming up. Thank you, B Time, for joining us and giving us some talk too. I am already tired. Oh my god, I don't know how to talk. Thank you, everybody else who joined us. I wanted to mention I do have a Discord. Anybody is welcome to join my Discord. In this Discord, I post little sneak peeks before I publish a video. If you guys want to join in, we do podcasts in this Discord as well. I don't usually do podcasts in this AOO in the main AOO, but when I do, they do announce it and everybody gets it. But other podcasts, if you want to join in, if you want to chat in there, there's the Discord for that. Anybody's welcome to join. Um, any last thing you want to say, Lumbergh? All right. So Lumbergh has his own YouTube channel. Everybody is welcome to subscribe him. He has some great videos that shows a lot of spreadsheets of many things like mergers. He just has a video about what's it called? The defense zombie event thing. What's it called?
Infinite zombies.
You are help me. Yeah, the infinite zombie. He has a good video about the infinite zombie. I don't play that. I'm sorry. It doesn't give me uranium. The day the infinite zombie gives uranium, I'll start playing it. I'm just saying. Hey,
You get officer
it's
X.
another way to get uranium.
You can get a Titan equipment alloy and you get officer XP from it.
You can only get 2
Yeah, but
alloys.
that adds up. Hey,
2.
free is free.
Ah.
Free is free.
I mean, yeah, free is free. Free is free. You're right. You're right. Can't complain. Free is free. But yeah, so thank you everybody and have a good night or a good morning or good evening. All right. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.